Okay, so I did press record this time. Unfortunately, I did not press record the last time, and I missed the whole, well, one of the segments. When you're doing several hundred videos for a tutorial like this, sometimes you just forget to, in the moment, you just forget to press record, and like you're doing the tutorial, and you're thinking, oh, this is going to be awesome. The lighting is good, the background, everything. And then when you go to transfer your dailies to your editing station, you go, where's the video? Forgot to turn on record. So I gloss coat my locomotives or scale models or anything when I apply decals. These decals that came with this set here are not specifically for this. These here 87-783 British Columbia Railway two-tone green locomotives. I mean, they are, but they cover other locomotives as well, not just the 630s Alcos. But anyway, this whole decal's one sheet, so I cut each strip out to the line or close to it as I can and put it on each stripe, because I don't like trying to lay on a whole decal. I mean, you can, but when you have little funny returns like this, what I'm going to show you, sometimes it's nice to just do them individually, like start in the center and then work from the center down and then from the center up or whatever. So I just laid the decal, like I had tape around here to cover this little return on the back here. And then I taped off this, like there's a line here, okay, that blocks off these, I think there's sand filler hatches right there. Anyway, so I just run the decal right over top onto the tape, because I'm not going to try to cut that piece exact to fit. You can, it's just too fiddly for me. So I line up what I think is important along the outside edge here and along the bottom, which tucks in below the deck there. And then what I do is when it's been microsoled on, like once the decal sets and I've put on liberal coats of this 3 or 4 times and I know that the decal is seated well, I haven't flat coated this or anything, but they're stuck on there now, is I take a brand new number 11 blade and I just run along that tape line, okay? So that, I'll just turn this upside down to show you. So when I peel the tape, see, I get a nice crisp line, see? Do not do this at home with your prize locomotive. I don't worry about it because I can put a chip spot there if I want, because it's going to be weathered anyway. So you can see there, see that? So there's a nice clean rear high-vis stripe long hood, okay? And then the front was the same. I basically had tape going along the front and along the side here because there's a line there, see? A nice sharp line. And I ran the Tamiya tape along there and then just wrapped the decal right around. And then when it was set as well, I just for safety, like sometimes if it dries for a couple of days, it'll just peel the line of the tape. But I like to just run my knife through the decal just to be sure so it doesn't pull a chunk off that you don't want it to. And then the top, I'm just going to mask that off and repaint this sort of bleached out hood black there. And that just about covers the decals. And then I'm going to probably clear coat this. So I got the little front left, front right, and the little emergency shutoffs. Like all the decals according to the photo, there's the fire extinguisher indicator, but on the photos they don't show one on this side, so I didn't bother. And then another thing that I did, the last one here, that I just realized that the front face of this cab was dark. Well, a darker green than what it originally was. Like when they updated these locomotives in this period, in the 90s, they painted the front dark green and the cab front, but they left the line there on the side of the cab, see? They left that there. And then I got to plug this, or I plugged this hole because I put a different brake wheel on it. It had a smaller little knobby to go in. And by the way, like these two colors I mentioned, I don't know if I did or if the video got lost, but this is almost the perfect color bone stock out of the bottle, this Cock Pea Green XF71 of the BC Raw Green. Now, you would look at that and go, it doesn't look like it. Oh, yes, it is. This is actually more accurate to what I want than what the stock Bowser Green is. And then here's the faded version of it, which is Sky XF21. This is why I love Tamiya. I don't know how they did it. Like, they covered every base color there is, like a basis, I mean. And then you can tint lighter or darker. Like, it's like they are just superb paint, and I have no reason to ever stop using them. Hashtag no sponsor, but most of you know by now that it's the easiest paint to shoot through your airbrush. It's not ideal. It's not ideal for doing this to me because of the ethanol will cut through layers. But Vallejo is. Okay, so you can see I got the windows still masked off, but I'm going to leave that. And then I got to do the number boards, etc. But she's coming along. Okay. Okay, so here's a good tutorial on applying a decal on how I do it, okay? So I'm in process on this model, and I'll be painting, decaling. I'll do everything at the same time because I want to use my 2 hours at my bench as efficiently as possible. If I'm working on several models, which I don't like to do normally, then I can switch and tag team, but that can be kind of painful at times. So I'm staying focused on this, and I want to get this decal on this side of the cab. So this has been painted, okay? This is just water on my brush. I clear coated with X22, okay? Tamiya X22, that's what I clear coated with. It doesn't look glossy, but it's sealed and it's smooth, okay? When I put the decal on, which is right here, when it sets up, like dries first with just water and just connects with the surface, I'll just dab this on, like I'll show you. And then when it's dry, after I do this, sometimes I'll do this 3 or 4 times. I mean, it depends. If there's an engraving that the decal has to seat into and conform into, like I'll do this 5 times if I have to make sure that decal is completely set. Now you'll still see the film, but when it dries and then you flat clear XF86, it just completely disappears. I haven't had any fail yet, so, and you know, I've been using this method for, oh, I don't know, 40 years. Well, before Tamiya, I think we used other products. I forget the name of it right now. So I'm going to get this on there. Okay. And it helps to have a little bit of water. I don't use the blue microset. I've never used it. I've used it to remove decals, but I never have to use it. So why would I use it? You know, I could start doing it now. And the reason why, the blue bottle microsol, like the equivalent, like they're a pair, you can get them together, is because they've left stains. Like when you see this water, like that won't really leave a stain, but the microsol, I've let it evaporate without sponging it up, and it left a stain on the paint, and it wouldn't go away. So I just stick with the method that works. And if I have confidence with it, that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so this looks, well, maybe that's down to that. See how it's wet? I can, you know, still move it around nice. Okay, I think that's, yeah. I got a photo just off camera I'm looking at there just to make sure that that's sitting nice. I still have some tape on the model, like the windows and so on, because I don't want to get any clear coat or anything in there. Yeah, okay, so I'm just going to let that set so it doesn't move on its own anymore. And then what I'm going to do is take my brush and I'm going to just take some of this microsol, okay? And I'm not going to be aggressive, I'm just going to lay it on. And sometimes the decal will wrinkle, but don't touch it, because when it dries, it'll shrink flat and conform nice and tight to the surface, okay?